Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. So, today we are diving into an important topic that concerns your health, animal welfare, and even the environment. That is the topic of whether or not you should go for the rearing of free range chickens or rather go for caged chickens. So, we are looking at free range chickens versus caged chickens. And we will look at what the real difference between these two concepts of poultry farming is or are, and whether or not free range chicken is worth the hype, or maybe we are just paying more for the same chicken. Yeah. And I'm going to break it down. So, first of all, what are free range and caged chickens? What's the difference? If you're already an existing poultry farmer, you may be familiar with these two concepts. Or surprisingly, you might not be, because depending on which part of the world you find yourself in, you may be used to maybe more of the caged chicken and not so familiar with the free range type of chicken rearing. So I'm going to break it down. Now, let's start with the basics. Free range chickens are raised with access to the outdoors, where it affords them the advantage of being able to roam freely, forage, and engage in natural behaviors as chickens. Regulations in this type of concept vary, but then generally they are given more space and better living conditions. Now, on the other hand, caged chickens or caged type of poultry chickens are confined to small cages, often with several chickens in a single cage. Now, these are part of industrial farming systems designed to maximize efficiency, often at the cost of the animal's welfare. But how does this difference in lifestyle of the type of poultry farming affect the chicken and ultimately you as the consumer? Let's explore this. First of all, let's talk about the animal welfare. Free range chickens generally live better lives. They can move freely, exhibit natural behaviors, and live in less stressful environments. Caged chickens, on the other hand, often suffer from stress, injuries, and diseases due to overcrowding and lack of movement. This raises ethical concerns for many consumers. If animal welfare is a priority for you, then the free range type of poultry is the clear winner. But what about the impact on your plate of food? Several studies suggest that free range eggs and chicken meat have higher nutritional value. For example, free range chickens often have diets supplemented with natural foraging, leading to eggs that are richer in omega 3 fatty acids and vitamin D. Caged chickens, on the other hand, are fed mostly with a controlled diet and may lack these additional nutrients. However, in terms of basic protein and calorie content, both are fairly similar. So, while free range might offer a slight edge in nutrition, it's not that much of a drastic difference. Now, with regards to the environmental impact, let's consider how these two concepts affect the environment. Free range systems typically require more land and resources, which can lead to higher environmental costs per chicken. However, they produce less concentrated waste and pollution compared to large-scale caged systems. When chickens are kept on free range, when the poop or the chicken droppings are excreted by these chickens, it begins to also serve as manure to the environment. So it helps the natural vegetation. And it doesn't affect the environment adversely, but rather promote environmental growth and regeneration. On the other hand, caged systems are more efficient but can have significant negative environmental impacts like water contamination and greenhouse gas emissions. In short, both systems have environmental trade offs. It's about balancing efficiency with sustainability in both cases. Now, let's look at the price and accessibility with regards to the two concepts. Price tags at a typical grocery store or supermarket showing free range chicken and caged chicken options vary. A big factor for many of us is cost, and that is obvious. Wherever you find yourself across the world, one of the biggest factor that you determine or decide on every day is cost. And with regards to this, free range chicken and eggs are often more expensive, which therefore reflects the higher costs of raising them. Caged chicken, being cheaper to produce, is more affordable and widely available. This makes it the default choice for many households. So, if the budget is tight, caged chicken may be the more practical option to go for. But then, if you can afford it, free range might be worth considering for ethical and nutritional reasons. Now, with regards to making an informed choice, ultimately, the choice between going for free range poultry and caged chicken comes down to your priorities. If you value animal welfare and marginally better nutrition, free range is a great option. If affordability and accessibility are more important, caged chicken still provides a nutritious protein source. It's also worth noting that not all free range systems are created equal. Always check for certifications and details about the farm's practices so you can ascertain the type of free range that they keep. Now, in this regard, with regards to the cost, there are instances where free range might actually be cheaper than keeping them caged because with free range, you don't get to have to feed them every time as you do with the caged chicken. Free range leaves them to forage, so it cuts down on your cost of feeding. And hardly do free range chickens fall sick as much as the caged animals. So it cuts down on your expenditure on drugs as well. And again, free range chicken does not require a lot of labor to take care of as compared to the caged chicken, which requires a relatively higher number of people to take care of. So depending on the nature of the type of free range poultry farming somebody is doing, his cost may actually end up being lower than the person practicing the caged type of poultry keeping. So there you have it. Free range versus caged chickens, the differences, the trade-offs, and the facts. I hope this video helps you make an informed choice next time you are in the store or if you are an aspiring poultry farmer. Personally, I believe that if you don't have enough capital to inject into a startup in poultry, you may consider the free range if you have the space, especially if you are doing it in your backyard. Free range will afford you less stress, less cost, higher nutritional value for the chickens, and also more ethical sort of poultry keeping. Just that it also has the risk where your birds, if they go outside your boundaries, they may be exposed to predators and even thieves, depending on where you find yourself. The battery cage or the caged birds, they also have their advantages because you can keep birds in that system on a small space of land and keep a lot of birds. That's the advantage, the main advantage. But then it also comes with extra costs. So it's a trade-off depending on where you find yourself and what you are trying to achieve. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for this video. And leave a comment in the comment section. What do you think? Which of them would you want to go for? Or which of them are you even practicing if you're already a poultry farmer? Go to the comment section and let me know where you are watching from across the world. Subscribe if you are yet to do so, and enjoy your agriculture life. Remember, there is always a farmer in you, in me, and every one of us. And subscribing to our channel and watching our videos is going to help you grow that farmer in you. Catch you on the next one.